How are you? Good morning. We're here for the mayor's budget hearing with Emergency Communications. I'm joined by the finance director, Ms. Talia Lomax O'Neill, by the city's chief strategy officer, Brian Kelsey, and I saw Council Lady Taneka Vircher from the Budget and Finance Committee is here as well. Just a couple of comments from me, and then we'll get into this. As you know, the city's revenues have increased significantly in the last couple of years, more than $200 million. This year, we're not expecting quite as big an increase. So we've asked every department or office to come with essentially a status quo budget so that we can continue to provide the current level of service within our historically low tax rate. I'll turn the floor over to you if you can give us some initial comments. I'm sure we'll have some questions at the end.
Very good.
And introduce your staff with you as well.
I will do that. First of all, I'm Michelle Donegan, and I am the director over the Department of Emergency Communications. And with me, I have Finance Manager Dwayne Vance here on my right. And I also have Assistant Director of Operations, Ms. Angie Milliken. And in the audience, I also have Assistant Director Michelle Peterson, and she's over our support staff. Good news. We do anticipate meeting our savings target for the fiscal year. While we do have needs, we are submitting a status quo budget. This is going to require some creative thinking with regards to our resources, but we certainly believe that we are up for that challenge. For you and for the viewing audience, I would like to take the time to talk about our agency, what we do, and some of the achievements that we've had over the last couple of years. The men and women of the Department of Emergency Communications answer calls for service as well as dispatch for fire, police, and medical. In 2017, there were over 1 million calls for service on the non-emergency line and nearly 394 calls for service on the emergency 911 line. The average answer time for the 911 emergency line was 14 seconds. What I believe is important with that number is that when you consider just a few factors, such as the tremendous call volume, the numerous occasions where call takers must stay on the line to deliver pre-arrival instructions, and also the need to stay on the line until the resources arrive on the scene, when you consider just those three things, just those small impacts, it certainly makes that 14-second answer time on that 911 line a true success. I also want to talk about during 2017 that we provided dispatchers to assist police and fire in over 300 special events. And you know, as you heard before, those events include the marathon, July 4th, parades, New Year's Eve, and that's to name a few. Our dispatchers are paid overtime during those events, and we do that because it's important that we are able to maintain the day-to-day operations at the Department of Emergency Communications to ensure just the day-to-day events that we have are met. Also, it's important to note that last year our agency did receive our 4th reaccreditation with a commission for the accreditation of law enforcement officers. That is also known as CALEA. It's important, and you may say, why is this important? Well, to simply state it, it means by striving to achieve the reaccreditation recognition, it causes the agency to review the processes and the procedures to ensure best practices are followed, which in turn means efficient service to those that we serve. Some additional information about our agency. We also have our own IT department, and they're responsible for implementing our different technology components such as our phone system, our computer-aided dispatch network, our geographic information system, and that ensures that we're better able to locate the people who are calling for our service to ensure we have a quicker response time for them. We have our own quality assurance, and they provide information regarding the overall DEC agency performance, which is important. An example of this would be they review a specific number of calls to ensure that we're within compliance on emergency medical dispatch and fire dispatch protocols to be sure that we're providing the service that's required. And finally, I would also like to talk about not finally, I'm going to add this in there. We also have our own human resources division that I think is important. They facilitate the recruitment, the hiring, and the promotion of DEC employees. And finally, I would like to talk about our training section. With one supervisor and one trainer, they manage to conduct in classroom training time 400 hours of call-taking training, 960 hours of police dispatch training, 40 hours of fire dispatch training, and over 90 hours of in-service training. It's a continuous cycle to fill our vacancies and ensure that our tenure employees are kept up to speed on all the changes within policies and procedures. So that is a quick summary of what we do. As stated within our mission statement, we truly serve as a vital link between the citizens of Davidson County and the first responders. And it's our mission to do that in a prompt and a courteous and a professional manner. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the dedication and professionalism and the work ethic that the men and women bring into the Department of Emergency Communications every single day. They truly are public servants. Any questions, please?
Yeah, I ask this every year, so I know you guys are expecting it, but I like to have this on the record in terms of the support that you receive from the Emergency Communications District.
Yes, ma'am.
And how they provide resources, that's your revenue number, to you for your all other costs. And that permits Metro just to really focus around your staffing.
Yes, ma'am.
And salaries and things like that. So if you would just provide a summary to the mayor of in what ways ECD has supported you through your operating and capital needs.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that might be a useful just kind of overview.
Okay, and for the viewing public at home as
Yes.
well. When we say ECD board, we're certainly talking about the Emergency Communication District.
Right.
And it's an independent government entity that's put in place to enhance 911 centers. The board that we have is appointed by the mayor, and it currently has 9 members on it. And they have an interlocal agreement with Metro government, and Metro government does pay the salary and the fringe and the facility, but the ECD board collects everything else and reimburses, I should say. And they do that on equipment maintenance, training, supplies, language line, public awareness campaign, uniforms, and also I know that we have been discussing and we're in the planning stages of a new 911 facility for us over at the Murfreesboro Road complex in your district. And what they can also help provide in part some of the things that will be in there, such as part of the furniture, anything that's going to enhance the 911 centers.
Yeah, I mean, that is a huge resource available to the city that
Yes,
I just like to remind people of.
Yes. For FY18, it was the part that they had budgeted was $471,300 for reimbursement for expenses.
Yeah. From the capital perspective, they've given you even larger numbers over the years.
Yes, ma'am, they have. Yes, ma'am, they have to help facilitate that. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Since you brought up the planning for a new facility, I'd like to give you an opportunity to talk about the state of the current facility. How would you assess the state of the ECC as it stands right now?
We have outgrown it years ago, to be perfectly honest. The maintenance on the building has become tremendous, and it's difficult to get the building up to speed where it should be, because we do have a backup center, but that is our main facility, and it's impossible to have a lot of work going on while you are, in fact, inside the facility. Because we have grown so much, we have call taking where the citizens actually call in on one floor, and we have our dispatch center on another floor. And those extremely infrequent events, but if there is a problem with our CAD system and we have to go to old-timey paper calls for service, which does happen occasionally, it requires us to be to have people on the floor when the call comes in to take that call and take it down a flight of stairs and into the dispatch room to the dispatcher. So the layout and design of this building is not what is the best for us to get the job done quickly and efficiently. So the new center in the planning phases that we're in right now, we have in fact designed it to where we will have our call takers our dispatchers, and even a false wall that's going to have the training facility for our dispatchers there with a false wall that can open should we grow, our events grow, the need happen. We have one entire floor where everyone's all together. So that makes absolute perfect sense. We also, there's just small issues like the restroom facilities and things like that within our building, the HVAC system that we struggle with constantly, and the ADA compliance that we're somewhat lacking in our current facility.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm
Anything
good.
further?
No, I'm good.
Well, I know it's a very stressful job that y'all are engaged in, and I'm thankful that we have good leadership and y'all are working hard. And at some point in the very near future, I'd like to come by and take a look at the current facility and meet with some of your dispatchers and call takers, and because I know it's an important thing that they do.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, and
Sure.
we'd love to have you come by. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.